Chucky Keaton. Chucky will recap the Nevada win, and then we'll take a few questions.
Yeah, the best part of the game was that we won. It was a game where we were down 20, so it's pretty big. I think this was actually the biggest comeback I've been a part of since I've been here, so that's pretty cool too. And like I said prior, this is a win that we needed. Not just because, I mean, of course it's a win, but it's the way we won it. Like I said, we were down. We've been down in a couple games in this season, and we haven't found a way to get out of it. So this is, like I said, this is something that we definitely needed. But going into this week, everyone's going to make a huge deal because it's a rivalry. But the way we have to approach it is that it's another game, and we have to prepare the exact same way, and hopefully we can come out with the win.
We have to make a big deal out of it too because it's BYU at home. You could be playing.
Yeah, definitely.
That.
Yeah.
Of that a couple of years ago.
Yeah, definitely. I got a scar to prove it, so that's kind of nice. I really haven't thought about it too much. Yeah, just it's another opponent. They're not the same team as they were years ago. They're not the same team as they were last week. It's always an evolving process. Just the team chemistry and what we have to do is continue to approach it as if it's another week and just take it as it is. So I'd say the biggest thing, like always, is that we have to worry about ourselves and that we have to control what we can. And if everything happens the way we want it to, and if we perform the way we want, then we can come out with a win.
What's it like playing an in-state rivalry game like this at the end of the season as opposed to early in the year?
It's kind of different. It's really different because, I mean, in past years we've had them towards the beginning, maybe right before conference starts, and the same thing has happened with Utah, so another rival, and you kind of just get it out the way. But with this one, it's kind of weird. At one point, I mean, I know that they're a good team and all that, but like I kind of forgot that we were going to play them just because you're so focused on the Mountain West and all that, and that's literally the goal that we have each and every week is to win the Mountain West. So, I mean, I guess they weren't as really. I guess they weren't the number one priority, and the fact that they were so late makes it, I guess, fall back a little bit more. So it's just different. It's really different.
Can that be a problem, getting ready for a game after being not conference, and all of a sudden you have it's a big game, but it's not a conference?
No, I don't think so. Like I said, you have to approach each and every game individually, and so with this one, I mean, we still want to win. Yes, we became bowl eligible, but I don't think that gives us the right to just sit back and just say we're going to a bowl game. We want to win every single game, and they're a good team. They're gonna prevent. I mean, they're gonna try and prevent us to do anything on offense. So, I mean, we still have to come out and we have to fight as hard as we can.
What's it like? Can you tell us for the first time for you going back to the film room yesterday to really evaluate a lot of your play? Is that does it? I mean, because you've been in a little bit different mind, I'm sure, the last little while when those meetings come up. What was that like?
Yeah, it's. I mean, it was kind of cool to see myself again on film and not in practice. That's it's different. There's still a lot of things that I need to do. Everyone's been playing, so everyone's in mid-season form. I'm still kind of molding myself, but at the same time, it's a lot of it has to do with the trust and the chemistry I'm gonna have with the rest of the guys, and that's something that I have to work on this week, and both on and off the field. And I mean, I'm excited to do it. Anytime we're faced with a challenge, I'm ready to go out and tackle it. But I have a lot of trust in the guys around me, and I think they have the same in me. And I don't know. I'd say the biggest thing that we were kind of missing was nobody addressed the aspect that we need to have fun on the field, where everything was just like, let's provide some energy, let's provide something. I mean, you have fun and everything else kind of just comes, and you don't have to worry about it. And I guess that was my number one goal whenever I got back on the field.
So when you watch yourself on tape, were you amazed, or you say, boy, I can do that a whole lot better now? I am behind a little bit, or what?
I cringed more than I was amazed. I did a few dumb things. I ran to the stairs. That was kind of cool. And but it was, I mean, like I said, it's all an evaluation, and I'm gonna be the hardest on myself over Coach Heupel, and I don't know. I guess it's something that I'm doing for myself, and I don't really show it to the other guys, but I'm hoping everyone else kind of sees it around just how critical and how much I'm trying to push myself, and hopefully it kind of just trickles down to other teammates.
Chucky, even though it's been an up and down season, how memorable of a season can it still be if you beat Boise and BYU in the same season?
Yeah, it'll definitely be cool. I mean, it'll be nice to finish it out that way, but at the same time, we know that we came up short of our goal. And I guess with that, I don't know if disappointment's the right word, but I guess with that disappointment, we just have to use it in a different aspect, and that's to push as hard as we can for the last game. And if we get 2 games, the last 2 games. So, yeah, being able to beat this team is going to mean a lot, but at the same time, we have to just work towards it one day at a time, and it starts today.
I guess Coach Mendenhall's been there long enough that it's his defense, even when you played them a couple of years ago. The way they play,
Mm-hmm.
as you start to look at stuff from them, what do you see, or do you see similar things? You remind yourself, okay, that's how they play, or what they do. Are they doing it all the same way? Or
Yeah, I mean, bodies change and the names of the players change every single year, but that has been pretty consistent the past few years, is that they throw out a lot of different looks at you. And just in one formation, well, with some teams, one formation means one specific coverage that the defense is going to run, where with BYU it could be 3 or 4 different things, and then you throw in third downs as well, and it's going to be another set of things. So with that, it's actually pretty cool because it gives me more of a reason to study them and be prepared for it. So this is more of a mental week than anything else, just to make sure that we're all on the same page as far as our assignment and what we're going to do as soon as they throw out a certain look at us.
so it even ramps up for you a whole lot more than even last week. Obviously, that you're now the starter, that even changes that even more to prepare and mentally watch things and stuff too.
Didn't really change much.
You were really back into full
Yeah,
mode last week too.
Yeah, I've been full mental mode for the past 3 weeks. We call them MRs the entire time. It's mental reps, and you'll see not just myself but the other quarterbacks in the back taking reps with the 2-0 line. So, I mean, it's not just us. It has to do with the guys around us as well, and making sure that they're on the same page with us. So we take every single day like we're playing, and whether one guy gets hurt or not, or anything happens, that we'll be ready whenever we go in.
The other irony is that this is your last game in the stadium, and wasn't it a BYU game you came and visited that you decided you wanted to come to Utah
Yeah.
State before we beat BYU?
Yep. So my last game on this field, because the stadium changed. So last game on this field was technically the first one I saw. So it is pretty unique. I didn't think about that until now.
How are you feeling physically then compared to like where you were at the start of the season?
I feel good. I feel pretty similar. I don't know. I feel better as far as smaller aspects of where I'm at. Not necessarily physically, but just I guess technique-wise, because I've been able to work a whole lot more during the season and all that. And I don't know. I feel pretty good though. I feel a little bit stronger because I've been with Dave for most of the season. So when they were practicing, I was in the weight room, and I don't know. I can't really say it paid off yet. I guess more time would tell. So hopefully we can just pick up a win, and maybe we can talk about it later. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Senior nose guard David Moala. He will recap the Nevada win, preview BYU, and take a few questions.
Yeah, defensively, I mean, we started off slow. We played better in the second half of the Nevada game. It's not where we want to be as a unit coming out. We want to be stronger than that. It's hard. We want to stop the run, and I believe we did that in the second half. In the first half, we gave up too many yards. We gave up, I think, 200-something rushing yards, and we always want to hold the team to 100 or less. It's hard to do that against two very good backs, respectfully, against Nevada. Third quarter, we came out with more energy. I mean, after the third quarter run, I mean, the touchdown we gave up solely on me, the wrong assignment. I believe we didn't get down as a defense. We still had energy. We still believed, and that's something we carried on throughout the whole game. I mean, even though we were down 21 points, we still believe we can win that game. And part of that is due to us being at home and the energy we carried. But yeah, Nevada's a good team. We found a way to get to win number 6, and now it's on to BYU. Very good opponent. Respect for them. They always have great high-power offense. They have a tremendous quarterback and very big receivers. Very stout O-line who can get off the ball. And this week's a challenge for a D-line again to get pressure on the quarterback and to stop the run this week.
You told me last week when I talked to you, you wanted to leave a mark. You're blocking the PAT in one of the great comebacks in the stadium for us ever will be a mark. I mean, how did you do that, or what can you remember about blocking the PAT that was such a big play in the game?
I mean, we take pride in here at Utah State. PAT, field goal, I mean, every point matters to us. Coach Rose talks about it every time. You don't know when those plays matter. I mean, everybody can talk about the last play of the game. That's all they remember. But it's those plays within the middle of those games that matters, that lead up to those points. And it's just an opportunity that came my way, and I happened to make a play on it. And I was just very grateful to make a play that when it was time.
How far did you get upfield? Did you get quite a ways up then through the line?
It was just the snap count. I always, going into the game, I'm always looking at the snap count. I just jumped the snap count after he snapped in. I got a little push thanks to the help of Ricky, and I just got my hands up as I can, and it happened to block.
What did Ricky do to help? What do you mean?
We both double team. I mean, me and him are one guy, and we're supposed to get off the ball and push. So we both got good push, and I got my hands up. Lucky thing, I have long arms, so I was able to block it from where I was.
Just before the snap, there was not anything that indicated this is going to be any different, or did you say there's an opening here, I can get that?
No, I mean, there's no difference. I mean, the game, we preach to go 100% no matter what on defense, and PAT's no different. Some teams take a snap off, and that's not where we want to take a snap off. That's where we take pride in, and you never know when those points matters.
You had to be right in the middle of the third down and fourth down, probably plays that were right there where we stop them. When they
Yeah.
drive. What were those two plays like? What do you remember?
It was just one of those plays, you know. I mean, Coach Klum puts us in the right position to make plays all the time. It just comes down to the players executing. I mean, the coaches can call the plays, but it comes down to the players making plays. And I feel like us as a defense, you know, we nutted up and bolted up on those possessions, and we made a stand. And that's something that's been here for years, and as a defense, and that's something we showed. And it was nice to see that, and that carried on momentum throughout the whole game.
Was there anything said on the sideline of all you guys when you gave up the 60-yard run at the start of the second half, like, hey, that's enough, or we've had it, or you know, some might think, well, you're walking the sidelines, okay, now the game's over, and that kind of stuff, or whatever, but you guys don't do that. But was there anything said?
After the run, I thought it was Ricky's fault. I blamed Ricky, and I told him, why didn't you slam down? And then we go back to the sideline after I blocked the PAT. We go back to the sideline, and then I forgot that we got a car, and we double stamped on that play, and I went the wrong way, and they just they gashed us up the middle. And I just told them that we'll be fine. I'll make up for it. They can count on me to make more plays. And that's something I wanted to make up, and I'm glad we won, because, you know, that even if we won by 1 point, I mean, I'm glad we won.
So your makeup started with the PAT.
Yeah, my makeup came up after the PAT block. So, yeah.
David, you're not like a Utah kid, you haven't grown up with BYU games, but is it still a big game for a player like you, or how big is it?
I mean, it's big because you I've been here for a year, and then I was there for the game last year, and you just know how important it is. I mean, any rivalry, I mean, anywhere you go, you just understand the rivalry. You get the feeling, and you get the environment, the culture of it. I mean, it builds up, and this is an important game for us. I mean, not only because it's BYU, it's because we have to get to win number 7. I mean, you don't want to lose, and then the games in November count. So there's a lot of build up to this, and we're excited.
I've got to think it's a big game, even if you're not from the state, because I mean, both teams have a lot of impact Polynesian players in the program. There are a lot of Polynesian players in both programs. So, how big is this game for the Polynesian community?
I mean, it's big. I mean, state of Utah has a lot of Polynesian players. I mean, you go to the Utah University. There's us, and then there's BYU. There's Polynesian players everywhere, and it's exciting. I mean, because you as a Polynesian player, the way we're taught growing up, and you just understand the culture, and it just means a lot when you line up against another Polynesian, and it's fun. You know, you talk a lot of mess, and then you just after the game, it's just it's back to being friends. But yeah.
I think the center from BYU he's a kid from Texas, isn't he, or something? Polynesian kid.
I'm not sure. I haven't looked at that yet.
You might.
We're still, yeah.
From,
Yeah.
I mean, if he's playing, I know he's hurt at one time, but I think he's back.
Okay.
What's his name? Tui something or other.
Yeah, I haven't got a chance to look at the O line yet.
Roma. Yeah, he was a freshman last year.
Okay.
You, playing your position is not like being a linebacker or a defensive back where you can see everything unfolding in front of you.
Hmm.
I mean, your head's down in there. And so watching video like yesterday and today, are you amazed how much you don't know happened because of the position you play? Miss it during that play?
No, because you understand the defense. I mean, last year I didn't understand the defense as much, and then as I've grown into this defense, you understand when to make your plays and when not to, and you know who's gonna make those plays. But Kuhn calls plays for not only the linebackers to make plays, but our D line too. So it's a very unselfish defense if you think about it. If you understand the defense more, so yeah, I'm in there doing my play, doing my job. That's what I can do. And then when my number is called upon to make plays, then I'll make those plays.
As a senior, David, I mean, how much would it mean to you to cap off your home career with the win against BYU, and that would be 3 undefeated home seasons in 4 years here at Utah State? How much would that mean to you?
It's big for me because I want to leave a mark here. Not only because it's just BYU, it's because I want to leave a legacy here. I want to be remembered here too. That we have so many great defenders that have come along this way, and I just want to be a part of that culture. BYU is just a bonus because it's our last game, our senior game against our rivalry, but it's also a chance to give back to our fans. They deserve it the most. Anything less than the victory or anything I give out there fall short, then this, I just want to leave a mark for the Aggie Nation.
David, what was it like there where you went through the injury, and did you know how bad it was going to be when you were walking off the field after the Boise State game? It was going to be season ending?
When the injury happened, I thought it was ACL. I was just praying when it happened. It was an ACL injury. Coming to the season, you don't want to get injured as a senior too, and you pray upon that. And I don't wish injury upon nobody. And it happened. Going through it was hard. Sitting out and then watching that San Diego game, and then watching that Wyoming game. I had more. It made me appreciate more, and to come back more hungry and to give back to this defense.
Anything else for
Thank you.
the Nevada win, preview the Boise game, and then we'll take or BYU game. Sorry, and then we'll take a few questions.
BYU week, in-state rivalry, exciting week around the office, and very easy to be motivated players and coaches to play well, to scheme well, to prepare well. So we're excited about this week. Lots of families, Thanksgiving week, and families involved, friends involved, in-state rivalry, cousins, high school teammates, all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty neat to me to be able to play this on Thanksgiving weekend, and big, huge game for us in our program. Our guys are excited about it. Already talking about it this morning in here in the complex, and so we're ready to roll. Tremendous comeback last Saturday, against Nevada. And why are you laughing? Huh?
Charlie Weatherby used to always call him Reno.
I didn't do that on purpose. He did it on purpose. I did it on accident. Yeah. This chair's messed up. No, it's, I started thinking yesterday a little bit about it. Probably the best comeback here since Hawaii went over there on the island. My first year here when Adam Kennedy came in, and we were down a lot at halftime and came back. But, the resiliency that these kids showed, the mental toughness not to give in, not to quit, is something to be commended. It's something that I really respect. It motivates me, and I'm very proud of them for that, because it would have been very, very easy at that point early in the third quarter just to fold tent. But they fought, and I thought our defense, at that point, 27-7, after the block extra point by David and Moala, which was a huge, huge play, they gave up 1.68 yards per play the rest of the day, which was, we basically played JV-level defense for 2 quarters in a series, and we played national championship caliber defense the rest of the game. And somewhere in between, maybe pretty good. But it was a little bit on drastic ends right there. And then I thought, offensively, Chucky Keaton kept us poised. He was very focused. He was very, very positive. Played one play at a time. And I thought offensively, Devontae ran the ball well behind the O-line. We moved it down, and you scored, and you get a chance to put yourself back in the game. And then, obviously, the big play by Fackrell in the end zone, and then huge kick, at the end by Jake Thompson to go up 4. Quite frankly, was probably checkmate, because at that point they had to, with no timeouts, had to go all the way down the field and score a touchdown. They had to throw the thing in the end zone. They couldn't, try to get into field position, and then the 4th down stop was huge. So great job by those kids to get to be bowl eligible, which is always important around here. It's always a point. Do not take it for granted. Absolutely don't. School record 5 straight, which we're very proud of to be a part of, and we're excited about that. But this is the big game. This is the big one right here. So with that, I'll go ahead and open it up. Oh yeah, it always is. We'll Ken will see the doctors this afternoon and know more about that by the end of the day. So we'll see where that is.
So ideally, Matt, you'd be, worried about the Mountain West Championship game, have the BYU game in between, but now where that's kind of out of the picture, does that make it easier to focus on?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we ain't playing next weekend, so we'll be ready to play this week. This will be a big game. I guarantee our guys will be ready to play. And unfortunately, we don't have that game to look at, or to be in, or to know that you're in. And so, schedule makers must have known that and dropped this game in just perfect for us on Thanksgiving weekend. I hope we're in that predicament next year.
Coach Wells, BYU has some really tall options in the receiving game. What's his bucket? 6'6". I can't remember his name. Matthews is 6'6". Kurtz is How much of a challenge will they present you?
Major challenge. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to play defense with those guys out there. I mean, 6'5", 6'6", and you got Devon Blackman, who's a former Oregon player, and Moroni, a true freshman. I mean, I don't know. We're going to petition to play with 12 and see if we can get another corner and safety. Got to put a safety over the top of them also. I don't know how we're going to play the box on defense. It's a major, major challenge for our defense is the length and the athleticism by those guys out on the perimeter. And those guys can play. They can play. We just talked about those guys, and I mean, right now I don't know how we're gonna play them. They're good. They're really, really good, and the QB knows how to find them. The QB's got confidence, moxie. You can tell. You can see him fitting balls in tight windows, and that to me is a sign of a confident quarterback. He's confident in his wideouts. He's ripping balls in windows and giving them chances to make plays.
They've been kind of up and down a little bit with their run game. It seems like in the season, has that been injuries? Has that, do you think, more than or what?
That possibly could be, Al. I don't know the answer for that. I don't know that.
Because they've had some really good run games.
Yeah.
And they seem to get more yardage against Fresno last week, obviously, in their game when they got the lead and they could run and things like that. But they've had some other games.
Sometimes games dictate that. Sometimes games dictate, the extra defenders in a box. So we've had that issue too at times, a little bit this year.
Coach, Fusi, is he the best defensive lineman that you will face this season?
He's up there. I don't know if he is the best. He may be. The only reason I hesitate to say that is because there's some other good players, but the guy's a modern-day Goliath. I mean, y'all don't walk out there and see him in pregame. Y'all be scared. I mean, he is humongous, and he's athletic. That's got to be what Goliath looked like back in the day. I mean, he's intimidating. He's huge. He's athletic. The guy is good. He is really good. He can drop in coverage. He can rush the passer. He can hold a double team. He just flips backs off of him when backs try to block him. The guy's a beast. That's beast mode in my opinion. I know they call certain running backs beast mode, but Kaufusi is that. He's big time. Great player. Great player. I've heard he's a great kid too. I'm sure he is.
Does he do a lot of things like Kyler does for you?
He's just different than Kyler. I mean, he's heavier, he's thicker, he's stronger. We drop Kyler a whole lot more. He's playing the DN. Last year he played the boundary linebacker, the bench linebacker, and he's just athletic. Guy's going to play a lot of football for a long time in his life. I think he's got a long career ahead of him in the league.
What about Kyler as Player of the Week for the conference?
That's awesome. No, I'm just very happy for Kyler. Huge for our program and for our defense. And, I mean, he's just played his tail off. And tremendous kid. That's a great honor for him here towards the end of his career here at Utah State. Another kid that'll play for a long time. There's some NFL players on the field Saturday.
I mean, think about recovering 5 fumbles in a season. That's pretty amazing.
It is amazing. Right spot at the right time. Effort. Want to. Desire. That was we're going to frame that picture. I'm going to get that picture framed in that in the complex because it's a game of inches, and huge recovery we had Saturday for a touchdown by him.
How would you look back at all the one game here now, we're the final game, how would you characterize this team? I mean, I've heard you say a couple times we're still learning about what kind of team we have here.
I don't know. We'll see, Craig. Let's answer that question in a few more weeks. Let's see how we finish this thing off with this game and the bowl game, and we obviously didn't reach our goal to play in the Mountain West Championship game or to win the Mountain West Championship. But we've played some really good ball, and then we had a 2-week stretch where I didn't think we played very good. But one thing they are is resilient. They'll fight. This logo is important to them. The culture of this program is important to them. How they're going to be remembered is important to them. We have a lot to play for Saturday and here at the end.
Is it fair to say the extremes of performance have been different than the other seasons?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a fair statement to say, because you have some big wins, and you have the comeback win, you have a Boise State win, and you won in Fresno for the first time in 35 years, right? I mean, we've done some things that we haven't done around here before. So, yeah, a little extreme.
You just talked about it. Even in this game, this last game, the defense so-and-so, and then all of a sudden 1.68 from there on out.
Yeah.
That's kind of extreme.
It is. It was an extreme Saturday. Yeah.
Coach, I've got to ask you, I know you've taken some heat for your decision to go on certain fourth downs and punt on others. How satisfying was it to have that one payoff there in the fourth quarter?
I mean, that's what you guys are paid to do. Criticize when it doesn't work and ask questions why it did work. I mean, it's all good with me. So I just think, on the 4th and 8, you're talking about the 4th and 8 one?
Yeah.
Is that the fourth down?
Social media, I don't think I've personally criticized your punts, but
No, and I was too. No, I mean, it's a lot of people have a voice on social media, and I think it's just we've seen some examples over the weekend. Social media can be used as a tremendous platform if you're using it for the right reasons. But those players made plays. I mean, to choose to punt with 7 minutes to go, I think 7 minutes to go. Just 4th and 8. I mean, your odds of making it. I mean, I've done all the stats. I mean, I've done the studies. Your odds of making it on 4th and 8, they ain't good. It ain't good. And the ball's on the 38, so it's a 55-yard field goal. 55-yarders, you got to drive it really, really low to get it there. And they just had the one block last week in San Jose, but that didn't even come up. I mean, to me, it was 4th and 8, and our defense was playing awesome at that point in the game. I didn't want to put them back out there on the 38-yard line, knowing that, it was just going to be, a couple first downs, and they'd go, could go up 2 possessions. But great play by Painter. I mean, what a play, huh? I mean, that'll be on the highlight reel for the year, we down 2 punts inside the 3, one on the 3, one on the 1 by Devin, Centers, and Paint. And great job by Aaron Dalton hanging it up for them. And then give yourself a chance, make them go 99.5 yards. So it's a good job by those kids.
What was the explanation of the non-target target?
The explanation I got that it was not a headshot, was not above the shoulders to the head.
It was explained to us, I thought, in the meetings that they couldn't take out the penalty if they called it, they could only review it to see if they eject him or not reject him. I didn't think they could review the call.
Yeah, they took it off, and if it's a roughing the passer and a targeting, then you can take the targeting off and still have the 15-yarder for a roughing the passer, but that obviously wasn't a passer. So
I thought they just explained that in targeting, they would only review to see if they eject or not. The targeting the penalty still stood. I thought that was what they explained, but I guess maybe that's just for the quarterback. Maybe
that's for
it's not for other players then. Okay.
given the Mountain West, saying that they can become the 8th bowl eligible team, given the numbers, do you have any thought that you have to win this game to go to a bowl game, or you think you're there?
we need to win this game for our seniors. We need to win this game to keep the wheel. And I think 7 wins guarantees you in a bowl game. I'd like to think 6 in what we've done puts us in a bowl game, but shoot, until you get the invite, you never know. But, we want to keep the wheel, and we want to send these seniors out undefeated at home, second straight year. That's huge, and we know how many we play well at home, and our guys know that, and they want to be undefeated at home. That's been a goal since training camp. So that's big. Keeping the wheel, first time in 41 years. Utah State would have won back-to-back, so it's been a long time. So odds are stacked against us. But
this has been a weird conference schedule this year, the way teams have played each other.
Well,
It's really strange.
I think you guys maybe start listening to what I say in July. I mean, I told you there was a lot of parity. I told you every single week you got to be ready to play. 2 teams beat us, and out of the, I guess we had 3 conference losses, and I didn't think, you got to be ready to play every week. And there's no great dominant team in this league, I don't think, right now. San Diego State's probably the closest to it right now, and they've played good ball. They've played really good ball. So, and Air Force has earned the right to be in the game on our end, and so congratulations to both those teams. But again, I think there's a lot of parity. There's a lot of good teams, and you got to be ready to play every week. And I think the scores have all reflected that. I mean, you're like sometimes, but I'm not shocked at it by any means.
Coach, just how much, if you can get wins over BYU and Boise State in the same season, how much is that going to help the recruiting?
Oh, huge. In-state, with parents, with high school coaches, more than with the recruits, to be honest with you. So just have a lot of respect for BYU and their program and what they've done over all the years. So, yeah.
There hasn't been a team that's come in here, Boise State or anybody else, and rolled along offensively in our stadium this year.
Well, I think, probably the worst half of defense that we've played in the stadium this year is probably that last first half. But it really wasn't even that bad considering, offense gives them we got a tip ball, pick 6. We missed 2 chip shot field goals. That should have been 6 points. Offense gave them 7. Offense gave them another ball in the red zone, 30-yard line, And so, defensively it wasn't that bad. As bad as, the points look like, 27 points, and there should have been more on the board, and it should have been a less touchdown. But that's, to me, is where you got it. We weren't playing together as a team. Where we did in the Boise game, where we did in the Wyoming game at home, we started playing together as a team and feeding off each other in that third and fourth quarter, Block extra point by David Moala. It's as important to play in the game as any of them, so we had special teams plays, great in the return game on kickoff return. The down punts that we have already talked about. Jake Thompson's field goal. Proud of that kid for coming in, basically taking over the job there in the middle of the game and doing a good job. So we played off each other, and then offense produced some drives, ran the ball.
When you went back to watch the tape, the Devontae run, he's being soft to one guy. That's got to be one of the best runs we've had in a long, long time.
Looked like a pinball machine, didn't it? Yeah, it's a great individual effort from that, to that point, and we had some receivers downfield blocking very, very hard and great effort. It's just a will to stay on his feet, and you wish he could have scored. I'm glad he got the score right after, but what a play.
Was that the same run where the guy got completely
Yeah, he blasted. Well, he blasted him and then he juked the guy. Yeah, he blasted the one guy. The one guy goes down and then he faked it.
So we'll learn more maybe later about Kent's injury, but how was he hit throwing while throwing it process?
No, it happened first play of the game.
When he ran the ball.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
yeah,
He continued to play.
yeah. Just a few plays, not much.
So the injury you're not ruling him out.
No.
For this game then this week. He could still be in there.
Absolutely.
If he's healthy, he's your quarterback still.
Just depends on how healthy and everything. There's too much speculation about it right now. He's got an injury. we're going to talk to the doctors later today, and then that'll probably be the last time I talk about it the rest of the week, in case everybody's wondering. So
Except if it's a season-ending injury, you always
if it's season-ending injury, we'll sure talk about it. And I'll announce that Wednesday night on the radio. So everybody in Utah County can be listening to the radio show. Tune in. And if it's not, oh, they will be.
You won't have to worry. You won't give up any.
I'm trying to help KVNU.
And you won't give any news.
Am I going to get in trouble? That's our station, right? Yeah.
Anything else for Coach Wells?
All right, guys. Have a great week. Okay. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.